Okay, so here we are coming down into the man cave from the upper foyer. And on the walls going down into the man cave, I have, some memorabilia, from concerts that I've attended and, stuff like that. A few things, um, that I've managed to save over the year. I'm sure, we've all collected the ticket stubs and all that kind of thing. But, a lot of them are very special to me. So I'll definitely be talking about some more of those as the tour goes on and when I do the videos. Just pan over here on the other wall. And there's a set list from a concert I saw among Night Ranger back in 2007, I believe. A friend of mine worked the spotlights. He was a union sound guy, and after the show, he picked up one of the set lists off the stage for me and gave it to me as a gift. I cherish that very much. And here we go. This picture of Gary Richrath of REO Speedwagon, the late guitar player, great player. I actually took that picture in London at the Hammersmith Odeon. Great concert, very natural. And this was taken with a disc camera. This was not taken with a 35 millimeter camera. It was a very inexpensive Kodak camera. And, I managed to convince the ushers to let me get as close as I could to take the shot. It was a great night. And some other stuff I've got on the wall. Aerosmith, of course. April Wine. Autographed by Miles Goodwin and Brian Greenway, two main guitar players. Night Ranger again with some autographs. And pan over here on the walls and more ticket stubs with, great memories. Judas Priest from a show at the Shays Buffalo back in 1981. And a club poster from a Beatles tribute band I was in, playing back in Cheyenne, Wyoming, back in the early 2000s. And I'm going to do a whole video on that band because the story that goes along with it is, really something special. Cheap Trick. Tom Petty, that was from his final tour. Promo for the Rolling Stones. Picture of a Memorial Auditorium and most of the concerts that I did attend at the old Odd are in that picture, and I'll talk a little bit of that in a future video. Same with the WGR 97 Rock concert patches. That's the word I was thinking of. Got a few of those. And some commemorative posters from Madison Square Garden for Queen's Tour, News of the World. Poster for the What Was No Nukes. And that was an interesting one. A dear friend of mine did attend that show. Lighting rig for future gigs if that ever happens again. And some more autograph memorabilia. These are all authentic, by the way, and I'm very proud of that fact. So, from the 2016 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which myself and my girlfriend Annie, we both attended. What a great lineup of inductees. And that's also something that I'll be talking about in the future. R30 commemorative poster for the CD and DVD set. The Beatles. Butcher Block cover. And a tour for poster for Live Aid. Paul McCartney autograph. Once again, it is authentic. This picture here, and I know the light distorts it, and I apologize, but that picture was taken in the same photo shoot that the Butcher Block cover was taken for the Beatles. This is a poster from the festival that we attended in Liverpool in 2003. Robert Whittaker was the photographer who took those photographs for the Beatles. He was the official photographer for the Beatles from 64 to 66. And had some great shots from them, and that is his autograph there on the poster as well. Panning down, some more things. The Van Halen one's cool because it mentions Talis in the advertisement, because Talis was the opening act. I believe that was the Women and Children First tour that the Van Halen was promoting at the time, the Women and Children First album. And an autographed drumstick from Frankie Banali, drummer for the band Quiet Riot. Another Beatles photo here. This is kind of cool because there's autographs from both drummers from the Beatles. Pete Best on the top, and then Ringo on the bottom. And we'll pan around here a little bit more. Some small photos on the pillar here from Abbey Road. Time for Beatles marking. The Yankee memorabilia that's on the wall you see now, I'm not going to go into that because that's not mine, and I don't, it's pretty self-explanatory. Some more memorabilia here from Pink Floyd, and I love this saying. Pete Townsend said, "This guitar has seconds to live," and it did. And some sports memorabilia over here. Autograph blade from Rod Gilbert. Rangers great from the 1970s. And Jim Kelly, there we go. Beneath him, Gilbert Perreault, of course, the all-time great Buffalo Sabre. And some books and stuff. Autograph from Larry Robinson on stationery from the Hockey Hall of Fame. My mother got that for me back in the early 1980s sometime. My Fender Jazz Bass. I've got plenty of time to start learning more on that, I'll tell you that. And some more stuff here. Second picture from the left, that's myself and Kip Winger. His autograph photo next to that one, but that was a cool acoustic show. I'll talk about that in an upcoming video too. Another Beatles photo and another photo that's been autographed by Robert Whittaker. That picture in the back, that was taken during the video shoot for the song Paperback Writer and Rain. Yeah, that's myself and another Beatle tribute band performer, guy named Gavin Pring. Great guy, great musician. And there's a photo there of my band at Liverpool at the International Beatle Week, and about 5,000 or 6,000 of our closest friends. Very, very cool day that was. I'll talk about that in a later video too. So I'll pan over here on this wall here. This is a tribute to the bands that I've been in, from my Air Force days all the way up, up to the current moment. There's Exciter from the late 80s. Poster for a concert that we played opening for a band called Head East. And that's the Exciter logo there. And a very cool shot of the Beatles tribute band I was in. We were called 62, focusing on the pre-Beatlemania stuff of the early 60s. Going up to right about 1964. That was, you know, a take on the Beatles photo for their first album called Meet the Beatles. And a poster with some photographs from Good Question, a band I was in the United States Air Force back in 1985, 1986. And cover of the Cheyenne newspaper, the entertainment section, which my band 62 made, you know, before we made our trip to Liverpool. You know, was so cool. I think I bought 10, 12 copies of the newspaper with that. So, very cool. So, once again, this is just a quick tour, and the upcoming videos will be posted both to Facebook and YouTube. So I hope to have those out very soon. So stay tuned, tell me what you think, and thanks a lot for looking.